3,000 years, smiling at the sea. Cadiz invites you to the party of light and senses. Cadiz smiles at you all year. The city of Cadiz is located in the southwest of the Iberian Peninsula, surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean. Cadiz is an international communication point, as it has a huge modern network which connects the city with the rest of Spain, Europe, and the world. Also serving as an historical memory of the Western world, Cadiz preserves the remains of the different civilizations who occupied it. As a result, nowadays, Cadiz has an extraordinary architectural heritage of life and culture. The city is characterized by the cultural peculiarities of each one of its districts. For example, the La Viña area is the center of the Carnival. Santa Maria is the cradle of the flamenco, while El Populo is famous for its crafts. The climate, the beaches, the smile of its people, the cultural riches, the modern facilities and means of communications, all these facets have turned Cadiz into one of the main centers of international meetings. Its privileged climatology appeals to the cinema industry, which finds in its locations unbeatable conditions for the development of its work. The city can be said to shape its view of the world, thought, art, culture, via a natural prism of the sea and light. Cadiz also has a prosperous business sector based mainly around the service sector of the tourism industry. The magnificent year-round climate of Cadiz, combined with its valuable historical cultural heritage and equally sunny friendliness of the inhabitants, invite touring its streets in whichever season of the year you may visit. You can choose between 4 distinct routes through the old city, with each showing distinct periods of the city's legacy. If you want to tour 3,000 years of history during a fun walk, visit Cadiz. Route of Medieval District and Puerta de Tierra. This route takes you through the El Populo and Santa Maria districts, showing us its medieval town view. You will find old neighborhoods with narrow and cobbled streets, throughout which are mixed ancient remains of the Phoenicians, medieval, Roman, and Arabic cultures with today's modern age. We can see the evolution of the city through the archaeological remains from 8th century BC up to the present day. Route of castles and bastions. This walk takes you along the city's former outer defense structures of castles, walls, and bastions. A mix of Spanish, Italian, Flemish, and French architectural techniques come together in its great defense system, which proved critical in the 17th, 18th, and even 19th centuries. Route of carriers to the Indies. This route will allow you to discover the historical memory of the city during its golden age of the 18th century, when it became the gateway to the flourishing trade with the Indies. Comfortable and majestic palatial homes are present, where you can realize the wealth of this splendid trade period of the city and the upper middle-class life, which was being established in Cadiz little by little. Route of Cadiz Constitution. In 1812, Spain's history changed, and it happened in Cadiz, where the 1812 Constitution was proclaimed. This walk follows the route of the civic procession, which proclaimed that Constitution in different places of the city. The people of Cadiz have a 1,000-year-old history and are citizens integrated in the globalized world, Andalusian, European, and modern. These people are characterized by their affable, happy, and extroverted character, but above all, by their great facility to establish bonds of friendship with visitors. Thanks to its geographical location, Cadiz has been the gateway to Europe of such diverse cultures as the African and American ones. Being near the sea has thus made Cadiz's inhabitants very open and receptive to new things. Cadiz is the city of light. Every festive event takes place in the streets of the city. Some of the characteristics of Cadiz residents' humor and personal interaction, which surprise its visitors, are their happiness, jokes, and a harsh and mocking satire. The main protagonist of the city's history has been the sea, which surrounds practically the entire city. Its principal social meeting points are naturally its beaches. Cadiz's people enjoy the beach constantly, both in summer and winter. Ample tourism activities programmed around the sea have been developed. The aim of these activities is pure leisure. For example, water sports, competitions at the beach, local celebrations, etc. Cadiz's inhabitants like good wine and quality food. They are thus purely Mediterranean in this culinary aspect. Its cuisine merges with the traditions of the different civilizations that settled down over the ages, and with a perfect use of the natural resources of the area's tremendous variety of fresh and seasonal foods. In Cadiz, you can enjoy great culinary diversity, from the avant-garde haute experimental cooking to the most traditional dishes of our long history, i.e. salted fish with sea products. A really typical feature is its marinara cooking, which uses high-quality products such as the fish and seafood crustaceans ranging from the Bay of Cadiz to the Straits of Gibraltar. Cadiz is one of the European cities with the highest number of culinary restaurants and premises per square meter. Cadiz smiles all year. Local festivities calendar. Cadiz has a varied annual program full of international festivals. International Puppet Festival, Ciudad de Cadiz. Christmas, the Three Kings Procession, Cabalgata de Reyes. It is very typical in Cadiz to see the celebration of an official competition of traditional nativity scene models known as Belén. Carnival. Declared of international tourist interest, this is the most widely renowned festival of the city. Cadiz's inhabitants live with the Carnival for almost 2 months, but continue breathing it every day of the year. Cadiz's Carnival is characterized by its clear popular vocation of biting, satirical, mocking, and critical nature, but while also encouraging public participation. Everybody goes outside to the street so as not to be left out. The color explodes. The city becomes flooded with new songs. Each year, new lyrics, new purposes. Each year, an unrepeatable commentary of the experience of life. Holy Week. The Holy Week in Andalusia is one of the most genuine expressions of the Andalusian Christian spirituality and authentic festival. The living street scenes get perfumed with an intense smell of incense and flowers in a genuine ritual experience of extraordinary beauty. International Folklore Festival, Ciudad de Cadiz. Atlantic Film Festival, Alcance. City's patron saint festival, Our Lady of El Rosario. Ibero-American Theater Festival, FIT. Spanish Musical Festival. Cadiz province has consolidated itself during the last 3 years as a venue of professional conventions and conferences. Thanks to its geographical location, its unbeatable climatic conditions, and the varied hotel offers with special facilities, Cadiz is chosen to hold annual professional meetings. The main generators of business meeting in Cadiz province are the medical, public health, pharmaceutical, information technologies, and telecommunications sector. During these last years, Cadiz has also excelled in being a prime cruise ship destination and port of nautical tourism. The city of Cadiz preserves an old city unique in the world, which excels in conserving the majority of its streets with the same appearance found in the city during the 18th century. Some of these classic features include its facades, balconies, wells, and the homogeneous height of the buildings, all making Cadiz a city so different from the others. As you are walking throughout the city, you will discover a business and coastal city evoking the memory of its great past and its trade relations with America. Cadiz, 3,000-year-old Cadiz, Southern Europe location, outstanding corner, a place in the world for meeting and rest, serenity of the sea, gateway of Europe. Cadiz tourist destination smiles at you